Hey, you guys. Hey, y'all. Y'all, this man, child, this is the dumbest man. I'll wait for y'all to get on up in here. I was doing my wallpaper. Hey, Robin. Hey, Boo. I'll wait for y'all to get on up in here. I was like doing the wallpaper or whatever. Getting it togethered. Y'all see. Getting it together on this end. Hey, Cozy. I'm happy you were able to make this one. You guys, this is probably his dumbest attempt yet after everything. Oh my God. Hey. Hi there. You guys. I don't know what to tell y'all. Let me adjust my stuff or whatever. This is my unfounded letter. I don't want to like dox anything or anything, so I got to be really careful. But this is the unfounded letter. When I told you guys that DCFS said that it was unfounded, right? And that's already been submitted and everything, so that's all good and well and fine. This is unfortunate. Hey, this is an easy thing to clear up, but this is so bad that like it's gonna hurt Eric's position even more. And at this point, I don't know what his problem is. I don't know. Oh my God. Dude, this is so dumb. Like, this is so dumb. So, okay. The baby had his pediatric appointment or whatever. I wasn't able to make it, and I let him know that I wasn't able to make it, but the baby was already with Eric, so that was like no big deal, whatever. And I told Eric that I would just follow up through the app, right? So since he already had the baby or whatever, and we're already being pushed into shared custody, now it doesn't necessarily matter if like both of us show up or if one versus the other. It's not such a fight anymore to take baby to the doctor, which is great because it's given me, a lot of relief, right? And like you would think that you would be able to trust someone to just simply take their child to the doctor and keep it pushing, but Eric has no sense. So, okay. You guys know how we did like the mediation with the guardian, right? And it was brought up during that meeting that the DCFS investigation or whatever became unfounded, right? And so, we move forward. I'm still waiting to schedule with the guardian through the portal for him to like come out and see everything. I'm just over here doing the wallpaper, child. Like, I'm literally just over here doing wallpaper, child. Like, girl. Like, right? Like, baby's room already done, child. You know what I mean? Like, girl. Like, this is so... Eric lied to the pediatrics about DCFS and custody. He's like, oh, the DCFS is involved. She's on a part-time parenting time schedule, and it's going to be like that indefinitely because DCFS is involved and they're investigating her, and now social workers have to come to her house every single month and all of these things. I don't understand how that can happen when it's literally unfounded. Like, quite literally. This reads, Dear Callie, you were previously notified that the Department of Child and Family Services was investigating a report of suspected child abuse or neglect in fulfillment of the duties under the Abused and Neglected Child Reporting Act, 325 something. After a thorough evaluation, DCFS has determined the report to be unfounded. This means that no credible evidence of child abuse or neglect was found during this investigation, and that your name will not be listed as a perpetrator of child abuse or neglect on the state central register. Evidence did not rise to the level required to indicate for abuse or neglect as dictated by the state law. DCFS will maintain a copy of this investigation report for a minimum of 5 years, following the date of final finding in accordance with the provisions of the Abused and Neglected Child Reporting Acts and if you believe that intentional false report was made to DCFS, which I told the lady, I told her that this was Kyla. So that's fine. But Eric told the pediatrics that I have restriction to the baby because of DCFS involved. No, the guardian is the one who put the parenting time order in place. This is so stupid. Do you know that now all I have to do is just go down to the pediatrics on Monday and say, hey, I'm so sorry that my ex came in here with the baby and lied to you all. However, let me clear this up. And then all I have to do is show them, like, okay, I don't know. Eric is so stupid. Whenever there's anything that goes down in court, we're emailed about it, especially in regards to the Zoom meetings. And both of our attorneys have everything that's involved around the case, right? And so, there's an email history. And so quite literally, I can show them the mediation date that we have with the guardian. I can give the pediatricians the guardian's information, which they probably already have because the guardian already hinted to being aware of Eric's behavior, right? And oh my God, why is the phone always trying to die, child? But just dumb. This is the worst thing he's ever done. He just keeps getting worse and worse. It's like a downward spiral. I don't even understand what his problem is. It's not my fault that he lied to his entire friends and family about drug houses and crack dens and shit of that nature. I'm sorry that you lied to your entire everybody and you are trying your best to keep up some facade, but it's not my responsibility. And this is probably the worst he's ever done, meaning this is probably the easiest to disprove. I literally have the letter here in writing. Also, when I found out, because mainly I was just trying to, I just looked at the baby's records and everything. I was just talking to you guys about how I'm planning on buying him a new stroller, right, for the holidays, because I wanted to get him, low key, I kind of do want to get him a Mickey Mouse stroller, but a lot of them go up to only 40 pounds. And, Super Chubby is 28 pounds or whatever, but you know what I mean? I didn't want to get a stroller that he would outgrow fast. So maybe I'll get one that supports bigger kids that go up to 60 pounds or so, just so he can have it for a while, especially if I get a really cute stroller, right? I'm over here thinking in this nature, but something told me to once again read everything thoroughly or whatever. Because my aunt who lives with me, I have to care for her, Jaden. And, girl, honestly, you give me Jenna vibes, JD. I'm not going to lie. You give me Jenna vibes. I had to take my aunt to an appointment. And I care for my aunt, too. She's 67 or whatever. And she wasn't doing too well. And I thought that she was catching that cold that we have or whatever. I'm checking your profile, JD, because you give me that one weirdo's Jenna's vibes. I was hoping since court was almost resolved that he would calm down a little. No, but he just exposed himself in the worst way. Do you know that all I have to do is take this up there on Monday, right? All I have to do is take this up there on Monday. That's all I have to do is just go to the pediatrics and say, hey, it was unfounded. Eric is in contact with Kyla, who works for DCFS, and they did this whole thing. But this has already been documented in court. I almost can't believe that he did this because this makes him look, worse. You can't even take the child to an appointment without trying to smear me in some kind of way because you're the one who lied to your entire friends and family about crack houses and drug dens because you are dumb. This is showing that he is continuously hostile. This is showing that he is continuously, this is not in the child's best interest. Like, quite literally, the guardian said out of his own mouth that constantly going up against the other parent and using pediatricians or third parties to do so and playing games of this nature eventually get found out. All I have to do is go to the pediatrics, give them this information, show them that we had the meeting with the guardian, and the guardian is considering shared custody and all of these things, and give them the next court date and all of that, and knock it out. And I'm also, I know the guardian's aware of everything that's gone on, but all I had to do was just forward a copy of this to him as well. My attorney already has this. Like, my family, she already has the copy of this. But this is so dumb. This has to be the dumbest thing yet. And my aunt, she woke up, she wasn't feeling well. She had that, she was getting that bad cough and congestion, so she needed to go get checked out or whatever. And, she wasn't able to go and take herself or whatever. So she needed me to help her. And you guys know she's older and everything. And, even though it was like a minor flu for me, you guys know that those harder, viruses or whatever can be harder on people who are older or whatever. But the baby was already with Eric, so it wasn't like a pressing thing. And like, I can follow up through the app or whatever anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I did intend to go, but I'm like, okay, I have to take care of her. I was already like taking care of like the basement and stuff, doing like all that or whatever. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, let me just go ahead and knock this out. But I told Eric, I literally told him that I would be following up. And then I find this out. This is the dumbest thing he's ever done. He can just enjoy himself. This is just so stupid. I've never seen someone so, I don't know, whatever. This is going to be the same old thing. But this is probably the worst he's ever done because he's lying about both custody. He's lying about DCFS. You can't say DCFS is actively involved and showing up every single month when they literally told me that the investigation is unfounded and they're just going to hold on to that report for like their 5-year thing or whatever. And you would think that because the pediatricians log and document everything, you would be careful of what you say. I already caught him up at the pediatrics before. The guardian literally told him. The guardian literally told him that if people act out at pediatrics and things of this nature, that type of stuff can get found out easily. I've never seen someone, I don't know what this is going to do, but this is just another thing in my favor. I don't know why he's still trying to, like, there's nothing you can do about this. And I texted him in that third party app because I want the guardian to see this. I need the guardian to see all of this. And that's another reason why I'm going live. I texted him. I said, unfortunately, I've discovered that you've lied to the pediatricians yet again at the baby's appointment. I gave my ex a copy of this letter. He can't maneuver it. He can't finesse it. And if he does try to go through Kyla again and try to have them keep calling DCFS on me and trying to make frivolous reports, that is a form of harassment. especially if one report was already unfounded. There's a reason why these companies and these in these facilities or whatever it is, there's a reason why they keep logs, because you can't make an agency constantly show up with nothing. Like, you know what I mean? He's digging his own grave with the lies. Let him. What the fuck? He's lost his mind. Like, do you know how easy this is? And if I hadn't, and to be honest, I could have went up to the pediatrics today, to be real. I could have went up there today, right? But when I found out everything, because here I am, I'm just home doing my wallpaper, you know what I mean? Thinking about getting strollers since I'm going ham for the holidays already. And all of these things, I don't, but this, like, you're really gonna act up at the pediatrics again? And all I have to do is give them this letter and talk to them and show them our court history. Quite literally, like, bro, what does that email say? I can't show you guys the emails for court, obviously, but doesn't it say, like, mediation? Okay, yeah, the 5-way conference. Okay, yeah, I can give that. Yeah, the 5-way conference, like, mediation meeting. And I can, like, give them those details. It literally says it in the email titles. And then I'm sure if I asked my attorney for anything on her end or whatever, she would just help me out. This is, like, insanity. It's so unnecessary on his part. I just, like, you would think I don't know what the point is. And you cannot keep weaponizing DCFS, especially when they all agree with me, especially when they see that I have more than enough for my child. I'm currently working on the basement to make even more room for baby. And I'm over here worried about wallpaper and Christmas decorations of all goddamn things for when the guardian comes to visit. Do you know what I mean? Even though I know that, like, these are, like, smaller tier things and I'm grateful, but do you know that if it was, like, that big of a situation, I'd be talking about a lot more than that? But the man just can't live with the truth? I don't know what his problem is, but I'm not going to allow, like, this is so stupid. And then, unfortunately, now I have more evidence against him, because unfortunately, if I show this letter, I show what Eric said at the appointment, I go up there and I clarify everything. And, like, mind you, the pediatricians have been working with me. When he acted a fool the last time in August, the nurse was like, yeah, girl, he sounds bitter. They literally had to call in another, the head doctor, like the floor doctor, right? They had to call her in to tell him to stop arguing. This is getting pathetic. Do you know how easy I can just blow this out the water? And this is the very thing that the guardian warned him against. And I don't know why he would lie about custody and things of this nature when the guardian is literally pushing us into shared custody. Like, why would you do that? These are so easily disprovable. It's like self-sabotage. I don't know how to describe this. And if he's doing this to upset me or make me angry, all this is an inconvenience. He's going to be like, he's going to lie his way right out of shared custody. Just keep documenting and let him. Yeah, I don't know how this works, but I know that this is something that the guardian literally just talked to us about. Like, we literally just had this conversation last week. You guys remember when I came on and I told you guys, I'm like, I wonder how much the guardian knows. Why can't this man behave? Eric has like really bad mental problems, I think. Like, I think he's like lost his. I know I've made my jokes. I know I've done this, and I'm annoyed because even on my channel, I've wanted to close the chapter on this man because he's pathetic. But as long as I have to keep, defending myself and airing the truth out like how I have been, okay, I guess, sis. But it's getting pathetic. I literally start school on Monday. But I have time to go up to the pediatrics or whatever and just give them this form. Like, do you know how dumb this is? Hurt people do stupid things. It's beyond hurt. It's beyond hurt. This is, I don't care. Like, I think he's unwell. I think he's unwell. This doesn't make any sense. You can't even be trusted to take the baby to the appointment on your own. And you over there lying for Tiffany's mother. And then what's crazy is when they pull up the baby's record, mind you, yeah, we are still doing the parenting time thing or whatever, but once the 3443 or the what is it, the 2255 something or whatever the guardian decides and whatever he submits or whatever, that's what it will be. But like, you can't even do this on your own. And then when I pull up on the record, it says that, mind you, okay, with the parenting time order, we already see where the baby is most of the time. That's never been a secret. Because once this parenting time order, the temporary parenting time order, was put in place or whatever, I told you guys, like, right? Like, you know what I mean? Which you already have documented. You can actually file a motion to request the court freeze his custody until he undergoes mental evaluation, but you have to put together all of your reasoning for requesting this. My thing is like, and thank you for telling me that. My thing is like, because like, yeah, once I give this to the pediatrics and stuff, and then I'm going to let the guardian know. And all I have to do is show the guardian the pediatric notes. And then this letter and everything. And I don't know if the guardian is aware that Callie works for DCFS or not. Like, I'm not sure how much. I kind of forgot how much backstory I gave even about her. But either way, this is just pathetic. Because it's really bad when you have contradicting evidence right in your face. You cannot say that I have restricted visits to my child due to DCFS in court when there's no court order saying that, when we were literally just in mediation with the guardian. The guardian's pushing us into shared custody. My DCFS thing was unfounded, so there's no like ongoing. It's literally closed. It's literally closed. And when DCFS closes cases, they don't just keep going and going and going. That's not how it works. And you can't keep calling and calling and calling if something's unfounded for the simple fact that that is a form of harassment, especially when there's no evidence. So having contradicting claims and evidence, it's so bad. And I'm at a point now, like, all this does is just give me inconvenience. It doesn't piss me off. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but it makes me really, once again, side-eye you for your own case. The Guardian literally said that when you play games, this is how you hurt your own case. The Guardian said this. He's been warned. And I told this fool that I was going to follow up in the baby's app. Did he want me to follow up in the app and see this and get pressed? Well, congratulations, you're exposed again. Because you're an idiot. No one told you to lie to all your raggedy ass people, your dumbass drunk friends, your stupid ass enablers about a crack house and a drug den because you didn't want to admit the fact that you threatened my life and I left you for good reason. And I don't have a good rapport with you. I don't have good communication with you because I barely communicate with you for good reason. Because I don't care. But to do this is so dumb. This is dumb. I mean, I'm just going to go up there on Monday. I'm just going to go up there on Monday. And then I'm just going to forward this over to the Guardian. I think I'm going to forward him that and the pediatric report or whatever. And then tell me why on the pediatric report, they say that Eric has been, experiencing a lot of stress at home. And it could possibly be affecting the baby. That's documented in there too. But I think mainly it's because he has a literal stranger, Tiffany's mother, watching the child, right? And the baby's not getting the proper nurturing and love that he needs and deserves because it's an entire stranger just raising the kid while Eric's at work all day. And then the Guardian literally also said he's finishing up his investigation. Don't you know that once that man finishes up his investigation, he's also, either way, regardless, with or without this letter, he will find out that this was unfounded and there was no, it's closed. Like the case is closed. The DCFS thing is closed. So either way, everyone is going to find out the truth. The truth is already out there. You know what I mean? The truth is already out there. Good for pediatrics to know what's real versus lies. Well, and hey, this is why I haven't had smoke with anyone. And even when DCFS came up on me, I told y'all I was cool and I was calm and I was collected with that lady. I was cool, calm, and collected with that woman. Because why would I have smoke with these people? Because it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes, like how it has, these people can actually work in your favor. I kept the woman's card who did the investigation. I guess I can give them, give them her card and her information too if they want to talk to her personally or whatever. But like, this is just getting dumb. Hey, Matsuri. Girl, Eric lied to the pediatricians about custody in DCFS. He says that I'm being openly and ongoingly investigated by DCFS and that that's why I have partial custody in the courts or whatever. And they are going to be investigating me every month or some dumbass shit. And that's just furthest from the truth, because I told you all when the Guardian put in the parental time order for the time being, and I always told you guys it was temporary because I knew that it was going to be temporary. And even before we got to mediation, the guardian stepped in and said, there should be nothing in the way of this, right? And even during mediation, the guardian stated that games and bullshit like this get found out easily. Bruh, he either too late to the T or hardcore lying. DCFS dropped it. The fuck? I know. And literally said unfounded, meaning they found nothing. I have more than everything that I need for me and my child. You guys see. Having the baby have his own room, having a beautiful play area downstairs, and making a space for the basement is not neglect. Like, you know what I mean? And every day I count my blessings. But I don't know what motivated him to do this. Especially when it's so easily disprovable. I don't see why the doctor needed the information in the first place. And that's kind of the problem, because Eric has a proven history of going to the pediatrics trying to bash me. And he's bashing me because he's trying to, I guess, impress Tiffany's mother, because she's the one watching the baby. So he's like, Eric is performative. He's because he lied and all this shit with Kyla about drug dens and crack houses and all of that bullshit, because he lied so extremely, and because he's not yet ever been honest about threatening my life, the horrible things he did and said when I left him, and why, right? And why and how and where and et cetera, right? Because he's not been honest, he has tried, he's over there trying to live up a facade. So he has to like do all this extra, and I don't know if it's a conscience thing, I don't know what this is, but this is unfortunate. And that's exactly why I went in that third party app, and I'm so grateful that the Guardian had us in there, because the Guardian's going to see all of this. The Guardian's going to see all of it. This is completely unprovoked too, mind you. And to lie about a DCFS investigation when I have documented proof that it's unfounded, as well as the woman's card, is wild. That is a simple phone call. That's a simple, like, copy of this letter. He was waiting for something to happen so he could act up again. Girl, and it's bad enough I had to take my aunt or whatever, to get checked out, because she had caught a bit of that horrible cold that we had, and she wasn't doing too well. So I was like, all right, girl, I'll take you, go get checked out. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted her to be okay or whatever. And the baby was already over there with Eric. And now that we're going into shared custody, Eric and I both have equal rights to take the baby to the doctor. So if the baby is with one parent can go, you know what I mean? Which is great. That gives me a lot of relief, because that's what I wanted. But it's a different problem when you can't trust a parent. I don't mention Eric when I take baby to the doctor. The only time I mentioned him was when the baby came back to me and was like hitting himself after Eric withheld the baby. That is the only time I mentioned Eric. And you know what? I think I also mentioned like leaving him. I said that I was no longer with the father in like late August last year when I took the baby to another appointment. But like this type of dumb bullshit that Eric does, I don't do this because it's not conducive to the appointment. You know what I mean? And they can't get mad at me for telling Eric that I was going to follow up in the app about the baby's appointment when I had already given him heads up about that. Like, you know what I mean? They can't say or do anything. Like, that doesn't count against me. Like, you know what I mean? Probably tried to gossip with the doctor because nobody wants to talk to him. Yeah, but these are the same doctors that have already seen his behavior. I think he's doing this as performance for Tiffany's mother, But she, like, I'm sorry if she's a dumbass and she wants to just believe him and everything that he says. This is unfortunate. This is really sad. I don't know what's next from here, because when I go to the pediatrician or whatever, I'm going to give them this. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to let them know everything, clear everything up, you know, show them that we had mediation and we're going into shared custody and we're just waiting on the guardian to do his in-home visits or whatever. And we're just going to go from there, you know, and I'm going to give the guardian this information and I'm going to show the guardian that Eric acted up at the pediatrics yet again. I mean, you know what I mean? It's unfortunate. This is like fucking like literal, like this is beyond psychopathic. And even during the mediation, because my aunt, the one acting as my counsel, is the one who mentioned that even DCFS did their investigation and it came up, you know, unfounded. And this was closed in late October. This was closed on the 21st. She literally mentioned it. So the guardian is already aware. And remember when I told you guys, the guardian was like, yeah, but sometimes DCFS, they just check for running water and they don't care. No, I've been so proud of this space for baby. I show everybody this space. I mean, I show it all over my channel. I showed you guys the play area or whatever downstairs. I showed you guys the play mat that I'm using for the baby's big old playpen and stuff down there. And I'm adding to it even more now because it's the literal holidays. I'm proud of the work that I'm doing. I show it to everyone. Like what? And it's never been a secret that it's always been like a work or whatever in progress or whatever, especially like with me with the wallpaper in here. But that baby's room I've always had together. And I told you all that even, didn't I tell you all in the court stream, I walked my ass into the baby's room. I'm like, well, I got a beautiful room for him right here. And I have a beautiful play area for him downstairs. And I'm carving out the basement for him. My child has everything. And it's a blessing. But this is just like stupid. I don't know what Eric's problem is. He's not hurting me when he does this. This just gives me more work to do. It just inconveniences me. You really think I need to stop up at the pediatricians before I go to school and pursue my real estate license to be like, hey, yeah, sorry, my ex is a dumbass. Stupid. And it's unfortunate that he's not honest about these things because, see, it makes him look even worse character-wise. You can't be honest about it. And people can call DCFS and say whatever crazy thing. It doesn't make it true. That happens all the time. That's why they do their thorough investigations. That's why they come to the home. That's why they, you know, check things out or whatever. That's why they see what's going on or whatever. Because somebody can say a crazy claim or whatever, it doesn't make it true at all. But this is just ridiculous. Like, I'm perplexed. Like, you know, and this is just another stream exposing his dumb ass. Oh my God, thank you guys so much. Thank you all for 16 likes and everything already. I love you all. Thank you guys. And thank you all for being sweet and listening and all that stuff too as well. Y'all are absolutely amazing. But yeah, so I'm gonna take care of this on Monday. I'm gonna forward the email over to the guardian and everything and let him know that Eric did this. I'm gonna talk to my aunt first. She's gonna get back to me or whatever tonight. Because once I found this out, I was like, look, he did it again. And she was like, really? I'm like, yes, he did. Yes, he did. I've never seen someone This is a 40-year-old man, mind you. This is a 40, not 4, 40-year-old man. 40. And he behaves worse than my toddler, because the baby's not even bad, right? He behaves worse than a toddler. And he's annoying. Like, I don't have to concern myself with this bullshit. The next, appointment or whatever. Yeah, girl. The next appointment or whatever is in February. So I'm definitely going to make sure I go to that, because this is just stupid. This is just so dumb. I don't get it. I mean, I thank God for the third-party app, though, and I thank God that I have all the evidence, though. But yet, you would think that he would just chill out, because none of this is going to help his case, and that much I do know. It just shows that he's acted an ass the entire time. What is this dude's end game? I think he thinks that if he can make, I don't know. This is when my head starts to hurt. I don't know. I need to really stop trying to make assumptions. I think that he thinks that if he can smear me, right, and make me look like the awful parent. Sir, I'm the one that set the baby up with the pediatrics and the baby's dentist. I'm the one that did that. It doesn't even matter. Do you know that even despite the 3-month withholding, the child was still in my custody the longest? And now being pushed to shared custody with, equal rights and all this stuff or whatever. Okay, now the baby's right back with me. What I mean? You cannot, it doesn't, this is, I already am the one I'm the one that signed the baby up for the doctors, the dentist. I'm the one that established the relationship, right? And there's even a letter documenting every single appointment and dental appointment that I've attended with the child, right? Just like how, I wasn't able to make, this past one or whatever, but the baby was already with, my ex, so that's not that big of a deal. I let him know, and I let him know in the third-party app. Because as long as you give, heads up and say that, hey, you're going to follow up in the app, that's fine. But it doesn't block or ban me. You cannot, I don't know what he thinks. And then now, even with this is another thing too. While you're so heavy on trying to smear and condemn me, and all of this stuff, it clearly states that you're experiencing ongoing stress at home, and it could possibly be affecting the baby. So I don't know if that stress is, the Tiffany's mother raising him or whatever, or, if Eric has other stuff going on. But regardless of what that is, that's not my problem. I'm over here just worried about fucking wallpaper and the holidays, really. And I showed you all how beautiful my child's room is. I showed you guys how beautiful it is in there. Getting the wallpaper in here, together finally, child. So I don't have to look so crazy when I sit up here. Y'all can have better viewpoints and shit. You know what I mean? What is his? Does he think he's gonna get full custody of baby and run away to hurt you? The guardian has access to it too, still, right? Yeah, the guardian will always be able to have access to the app. It just has to be set up and everything, or whatever. Like we're already set up, but like as far as like, the guardian communicating with us in the app, but it's inevitable. It's a part of the next step. The guardian was very clear about what his next steps will be. And it's very obvious that my ex wanted to like block me out of the child's life, but the problem is you cannot invent child neglect out of nowhere. Like this is not a Krishan Rock situation, and I hate to use her because she's still a mother, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and I am just now learning about her and everything. So, I mean, who knows what all she's actually going through, but this is not a Krishan Rock situation where like I don't have a fucking car seat, I don't have toys, I don't have a room for the baby, that's not, you cannot invent childhood abuse and neglect where there is none, especially when all you have to do is look at me and look at our environment and look what I've built and look what I'm doing and look at all the things that I'm doing and have are always in the best interest of Puppy and I. Neglect does not look like this. I'm sorry that you hoes are conflicted. And neglect really doesn't look like this when I am the walking proof and evidence that a year ago, no, I didn't have nearly as much as I have right now. But the simple fact that I do have more and I keep expanding for my child and I is proof in itself. That's not neglect. Especially when there's a steady upswing of improvement and growth and expansion. This is just the dumbest man alive, bro. So I texted him and I let him know that I'm on to his bullshit, and I gave him the copy of the letter. It's not my fault that Eric and his friends and his family are stupid. Nobody told that man to be lying about drug. He is the craziest fool for that. Because it seems like he's getting ate up for that. Like, to me, that's what this is giving. Like he was so, like, head on about a narrative, right? And because he did no, like, it's obvious, he did no backing or fact checking. He just took a narrative and quite literally ran with it. That's not my fault. That's your lack of emotional intelligence. That's not mine. But it seems like he's being eaten up from that. Like, it seems, because everything just seems like I'm going to keep this facade alive, even though the facade has been dead. DCFS agrees with me. Even when he withheld the baby, the police agreed with me, and down to the guardian agreeing to my shared custodial order. And just simply figuring out if we're going to do 3443 or 2255 something. That's it. This is ridiculous. Like, this is pathetic. And then you weaponize yet another, like, and you do this after you were already called out by both the pediatricians, the head doctor, and the guardian. The guardian let him know you don't do things of this nature, right? The guardian let him know. So you go to another appointment and spin another narrative and lie to them. And I hope he doesn't try to use that report in court. I hope he doesn't, because it's going to show that he lied. I hope he don't try to use that in court. He going to look dumb. Child. He's definitely mad that you're still going and doing good for your baby. He has no control of that, though. He's a dumbass. This is why I left him. I just kind of can't believe that this is like, I do not understand how his fucking like weird, dumb behavior continues from afar. I'm over here talking about how I can't wait to marry the paramedic. got me a whole man that loves me, that cares for me, that shows up, that's eager to be a stepdad, that wants to meet the guardian and all that good shit. He just, don't understand how all that shit work yet. But child, I'm over here got a whole new man. And this is what pisses me off, right? Because yes, like, it's important to me to want to close the Eric chapter on this channel. But if ongoing events like this happen to where this is going to be in addition to my case, like the pediatric DCFS stuff, like this will be an addition, right? Like this is going to be another update for me legally, right? Like even behind the scenes, right? I will go live about it just to document it. Just like how when the car accident happened, I went live about it because I didn't want him spinning some narratives or whatever, saying that I'm lying about being in a car accident, which is like preposterous. Like, you know what I mean? But, and hey, Gugs, boo, hey. But like, that is what kind of annoys me. The fact that I've been so eager and excited to just close this book on Eric's dumbass because he's a non-factor, really. And really all I really am eager to do is just exchange the baby with him and have him shut up. Like, I don't care, right? Like, I don't care about anything else. Because this is like, to me, and even though, the paramedic doesn't say anything about this because he completely understands because he's sweet, okay? My man is really good to me. But to me, especially because the paramedic and I are getting more serious in our relationship and taking things to the next level and talking about, marriage and a future and getting very serious about each other. Like, to me, it's disrespectful to my relationship still having anything Eric focused, right? So it kind of makes it tough. But I'm not going to not have my back. I'll just be very, very glad when we actually come down to the day of this being done for real. And it's approaching rapidly. It's approaching rapidly. Because this is just dumb. And his behavior doesn't change. Eric's behavior doesn't change. It's just a new lie in a new form, in a new setting. It's just a new lie in a new setting. Like it's his behavior is cyclical. Like this is like Eric is continuing the cycle on his own. This abuse, control, projection cycle. How the fuck you trying to call me all kinds of, neglectful and all this bullshit or whatever when you stated that you're experiencing stress at home? Because the baby is still showing the frustration between adjustments. And I think that's because the baby don't be wanting to leave me. Like, how the baby fights him and stuff sometimes. That's not a lie. That's a fact. And you guys see me with my baby. My baby is always because he misses and he wants his mom. And for Eric, this is what the guardian was trying to tell his dumbass, but Eric will never understand this because Eric has no emotional intelligence. Eric's not. The guardian was trying to say that it's harmful to the child to do all this against another parent and to weaponize the child against another parent. The guardian stated that and said that type of behavior is not worth it and that behavior often gets found out. Puppy wants his mama. Like, you know what I mean? And I want Puppy. I was irritated as shit negotiating with Eric to get baby next Thursday. That's not what I wanted. But I'm also not going to fight with his dumb ass because the days of even doing this schedule are coming to a close. So I can just release it and just continue to be patient and wait for, the shared order to go through because that's all we're waiting on. So I can just, continue to sit back and do my wallpaper and, vibe. Like, you know what I mean? That's all I got to do. But all of this other nonsense is just dumb. Like, Eric is just like a loser. And all of his friends and all of his family who ever believed him about crackheads and drug dens, and they're losers, they're idiots. And I'm sorry that he gassed that poor woman up. And that woman is 70. Maybe she just don't know better. But this is just dumb. And also too, like, why are you always having to bring me up? He can't go anywhere without trying to like badmouth me. But doing it at the pediatrics office is the worst place. And the fact that he did not learn from these, you know, I don't know how many times it was, you know, these last few times is pathetic. I'm doing my part. Yeah, I don't know if he's doing his part because he's so focused on trying to smear me. My life keeps going. It's like, you know what this reminds me of? Y'all remember when SpongeBob had that bully, right? And SpongeBob was like so afraid of like the big ass bully, right? And then the bully finally starts swinging on SpongeBob like, ooh, yeah, now I'm finally about to beat your ass, right? And SpongeBob's like, oh no, not that. And the bully's fucking punches go right through SpongeBob. And in fact, it tickles him because he's a sponge. Hurt a sponge like that. And so SpongeBob just goes on about his life, cleaning, cooking, working at the Krusty Krab, whistling. And this dude is swinging on him until he gets tired and faints because SpongeBob can't be bothered. That's what this is like. I have a big 40-year-old idiot bully constantly trying to do this, but it all reverses back because it's wrong. Eric is wrong. He's dead wrong. He's so wrong, I wouldn't even wish it on him. I keep saying that for a reason, because he doesn't understand. And this is not how you finesse anything of this nature. This type of shit gets found out. The guardian literally told him that. So this shows that he doesn't even value what the guardian says. In all honesty. This shows that Eric doesn't even respect the guardian. That man told him that these types of games at Pediatricians, the guardian literally said that you guys are going to have to be at several events in the future together. And you can't keep going against the other parent like this. It's you know, it's a waste of time and energy, and it's not good for the baby. Eric is so thirsty for like this revenge that he's never gonna get. Eric, child, please. He's so like spiritually bankrupt. Like, I'm so serious. You can't keep chasing revenge where there is, you can't. Whenever you keep chasing revenge as a form of deflection for your actions and the truth of what happened, whenever you keep doing that, it's going to automatically backfire because you're not operating in truth. Like, I hate to fucking give another mindset lesson, but this is like stupid. He doesn't understand. Like, and it's stupid too. This is over like this, and shit. If next month comes, we've been in court for a year and he's still gotten nowhere. He's been at this revenge plot and game or whatever for a year, and he's like in his own cycle. One day I'll hurt her this way, I'll do this, I'll say this lie, I'll spread this. And if you think Kyla can just keep calling every single month, I'm sorry, but you're making that girl risk her job more and more. How did I find out that he lied? The documentation in the pediatrics notes. They literally document everything that takes place at the pediatricians. Literally, it's right there in the doctor's notes. Literally, it says like nurse's notes or whatever under every single visit summary. It was right there in plain. If you click those and you download them and you read the PDF, everything that was discussed and everything that happened, just like how when he acted up at the pediatrics, even though I was there and everything, just like how when he acted up and all that stuff, right? That was well documented, and I was able to use that, right? And that was submitted. That was also submitted along with my custodial order. Guess he didn't realize you were gonna find out. I told him I was gonna follow up in the app. So my thing is like, did he do this? Did he do this because he thought that I would follow up in the app and get pressed or hurt? No, I'm just gonna expose you and clear my name yet again and run on down into the pediatrics and set shit straight. Like, you know what I mean? And now that we have shared rights, if I wanted to get the baby set up with a whole new doctor's office and everything, like especially when I move, like if I want to get the baby set up with a whole new doctor's office and all that, and just submit the records over from that one pediatrics to the new one, I have the right to do that now. I don't have to deal with any of this that Eric is doing. A lot of it is futile. But thankfully, like, I mean, I do still have the relationship with the ladies up there or whatever. But yeah, I think he did it because he wanted a reaction out of you, in all honesty. We're past that, though. This is dumb. I'm just going to use it to my advantage as I've done everything else. What kind of reaction does he want? There's nothing but truth over here. And that's the thing. It's like, if he's doing this because he's still desperate for a reaction, it's cyclical. He's stuck in that cycle, like on his own. And let me turn the light off in the nursery since I'm not in there. I'm just in here. But we're past all that shit. Remember when I told you guys about how exhausting it was because of how desperate, they've been for a reaction out of me? I'm just going to go and use everything in my favor. It's easy for me to do. It just adds a layer of inconvenience. Because, I mean, do you really think I want to go up there on Monday and have that conversation? But it's okay. I'll just go early. And I'll still go to school later. I'll be fine. Oh, yeah. I agree he's dumb. He just doesn't know when to quit. Yeah, he's like cycling by himself, man. It's like Chantal shit, dead ass. Like he's over there cycling by himself, but it's because of the lies he's told his people. I ain't tell you to lie to that woman like that. And I don't really care about what, Tiffany's mother and Blue and all them think of me. They're all fucking losers. You gotta remember, Eric is the most successful out of his entire crew. But Eric acts like this. It's not hard to impress a group of dumbasses and like low tier people. Like, do you know what I mean? So why would I care? Right? Why would I care? I feel bad for that lady. She's 70 years old. She's not blood relative. Over there looking after Puppy for 12, 14 hours a day while Eric's at work. I don't think that that's very conducive. But I don't care about it because, I mean, I knew that all that stuff would change anyway. And I told you guys this. I told you that it was a matter of time. And even though it's taken a while, it's just a matter of time. And I literally, in the third-party app, I intentionally use like certain language. I said that I'm aware that you had Kaila use her job with DCFS as a way to finesse this investigation. And you're doing it as a form of intimidation and harassment. Because even the lady said that, even the DCFS lady, remember I told you guys? She's like, oh, this seems like a nuisance case. Oh, you have all this. Oh, Oh, well, that looks nice. Remember I told you how she was acting and she's like, oh, this seems like a nuisance. I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, girl, you're good. You're good. I mean, I didn't do it to you. I didn't do it to you. You know what I mean? But I intentionally use that language because I need it to be known. Because all they have to do is, like, if they have to look into Kai even more, they can, right? I mean, I've been away from there for like over a year, right? But like, it's gonna show that everything that I'm saying once again is adding up, but because of course it does. It's the truth. And I specifically said it's unfortunate that you continue to behave in this manner. Because him going and lying to the pediatricians is nonsensical. It's redundant. This is the same thing. Like, this is just the same shit. It's like, you really lied to the pediatrics again. And then all you have to do too is compare notes between when I take the baby to the doctor and when Eric does. Eric is always trying to bash me in some way, shape, or form. But just because he's bashing me does not boost his case. It shows that he can't even focus on the baby. And then he's got active problems or stress or something at home. Aside from Tiff's mom watching the baby, I don't know what the fuck they got going on over there. But how you over here worried about me and over here lying about me and shit, and you can't even get shit together in your own crib? That's dumb too. That's also dumb. Stupid. Stupid. But yeah, y'all, I just figured I would come on here and tell y'all this or whatever. I'm gonna take care of this first thing on Monday or whatever. But I'm gonna send out my emails and stuff tonight and everything. I'm gonna take care of all of that. But this is just stupid. So dumb. So dumb. And I don't know why this man keeps fishing for a reaction out of me when he's just an idiot. Like, Eric, this is exactly why I left you, because you do dumb shit and you keep drama going. He's very feminine. Like, I don't know if he realizes that this is a feminine trait. Men should not be this drama centered and focused. And I mean that. Like, I mean that for real. Yeah, just keep your spirits up. Period. I mean that for real. Men should not be this drama focused and centered. Oh, Austin, you missed a whole thing. Baby, you might have to rewatch this one because I was getting ready to get off and finish my wallpaper. But I finished it over here. Y'all see how cute it is now? And then that's my ceiling up there or whatever. And now I'm doing it over here. So now we got more little leverage or whatever. So it's cute. You know, it's cute or whatever over here. And then I'm doing the other half pink. Because what I was going to do is I was going to do a split room. I was going to do one half is like this pretty stripe and stuff. He's feminine. Eric this is very feminine. Normal, masculine, strong men do not keep drama and mess and bullshit going, trying to come at somebody. It's the dumbest shit I've ever witnessed. Like, this is just not normal behavior. It's not. And it's been over a year. Like, someone needs to tell this man, Eric, Callie is gone. She does not care. She just wants to exchange the baby and keep it pushing. I don't care about anything or anyone else, especially when it's all balancing in my favor anyway. You can't force neglect and abuse out of nowhere. You cannot do that. The man is dumb. The man is dumb and desperate. He's getting a rise out of me. Well, I mean, I do have to go up there. Like, you know what I mean? I can't just sit here or whatever. And I don't know how long you've been watching JD or whatever, but I've been covering my ass on my channel this entire time, and that's also been benefiting me. But I'm not going to not, you know, cover my, I have to go up there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to let them think, oh, especially when it's easily disprovable, especially when I can just forward that over to the Guardian. Like, you know what I mean? JD, how long have you been here? And you're giving me Jenna vibes. I'm just going to ask you directly. Because I remember when Jenna used to come in here and just kind of like be like whatever. And sometimes I wonder if the people I blocked made side accounts. Because Pink Clouds is new too, but she talks like an older subscriber. So it makes me wonder where y'all come from for real. I just be real curious. Like, I'm so serious because it's like, I know what the vibe is. Like, you know what I mean? Because I already blocked all the people who be throwing off my chat or whatever. I'm just curious. I'm just asking. I ain't trying to give no smoke. I just wanted to know. And you said like 2020. Okay. Jenna had said the same thing. Jenna did say the same thing though. Didn't she, y'all? Didn't she? Remember what I asked Jenna? I'm like, how long you been sub? 2020. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And now you say the same thing? I just remember. I just remember that shit. Y'all just keep it cool, shit. Because I mean, you at this point, if you don't understand my method of being live and documenting this, then you just probably won't get it. You know what I mean? Not to sidetrack, but I love this hair on you. Thank you, baby. It's my new wig that I'm gonna be wearing for school and everything. JD just created their account in May 2025. So were you a different username then? Oh, really? JD had created a new account in May? See, I'm thinking that there are people who I blocked. They're just trying to come back. And I'm, it's cool, whatever. Just keep it cordial. Beautiful planning. I've seen you in here before, hon. I've seen in here before. Beautiful. I've seen you often. Yep, different name. Okay. What was your name back in May? Because I did have people who were active more over the summer who I don't see as often. Not the investigation and interrogation. I just want to know. I'm just a curious girl. I just want to know. Oh no, girl, don't be using your real name. Okay, yeah, no, for sure. Don't be using your real name. And you know what? I think somebody was in here because I remember when I first started going live, there was a couple of y'all used to be in my chat all the damn time. I'm always investigation beezing. Callie be like, who is you? Show yourself. No, I just be wanting to know because I always notice that whenever I block people and I make it kind of known that I've blocked some people or whatever, oh, here come the new accounts. And it's like, y'all, you should have never started shit the last time. We could have all been cool. Like, you know what I mean? So I just be Callie is an investigative journalist. I am just curious. And I want to keep my community clean. You know what I mean? Because this has been great. This has been my best run ever. Like, no smoke, no fucking weird ass people. Like, yeah, I got my little tabloid channels or whatever, but I don't really care about them. or whatever, because they're not disrupting anything going on over here. Like, I don't really care. But this has been very smooth. There's been not that many interruptions in chat. I'm cool with my regulars. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm close with y'all. We have a vibe going. Matt Siri in Brooklyn, I DM y'all like all the time. I DM Austin. Like, I love this. And this has been great, especially after all the toxicity from, mass and all that shit. This has been beautiful. So I want to keep my community this way because this is what I like. And it also kind of makes it easier for other people to catch up when, my chat's not being thrown off by bullshit all the time. The vibe is chill over here. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I love that we're all like essentially on the same page because it makes me easier to, come on here and update you guys. Like, I love this shit. Like, I love it. And I love you guys. And I also want to make sure I protect my community too. You know what I mean? I want to protect you guys better too. Especially because, I can't come on here fighting battles like how I used to, chow. But I still care about my community. I care about my people. And y'all have helped me and been so supportive of me in ways that you all don't know, okay? And I want to keep it that way because that's what we all deserve. We deserve a smooth and steady chat. We deserve to be able to talk and catch up and not be too thrown off. We deserve, no fuck shit. We deserve fucking peace. You know what I mean? And at least Scarface Jones 16. At least it's not Scarface Jones 69 again. No, bruh from the hood 98. You know what? I actually have not checked my subscriber. You know what? No, I won't. I'm not going to do it. It might be invitation for bullshit. I'm straight. I'm so cool. Like, I haven't checked my subs, low key. I watched this before you collab with Zach. Okay, hun. She said, give me your full name, address, and phone number. No, I am not that version of me anymore. Okay, that's old Callie. All right, that's the old version. I don't malicious dox anymore. I don't fucking dox nobody, bro. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't do all that dumb shit. I mean, y'all saw me even cover up the DCFS letter. You like, I got some crazy cousins, right, girl? I found you literally about 2 years, maybe 3, but it was not safe to reach out to you then because you was on a... Not you confirming it. Not Justin confirm. That's literally confirmation. Yeah, I've been here since a few years ago, but it was not safe to reach out to you then because he was on a warpath, child. I was. I was. Hide your mom, hide your wife, hide your kids. Child. I'm here for the chill vibes. I can't stand rooms with BS drama. Yeah. I just want to keep my community clean and keep it vibing over here, man. Because this has been a great run. Like, you guys have been amazing. Like, this is awesome. If I would have only learned these lessons in mass, I would have been able to run things much better. But hey, all this shit's benefited me in court. All of it has. I live my life online. Like, you know what I mean? She would have told you to die. She would have told you to die, man. Or something, probably. Die mad. Callie, probably. Callie didn't play. Y'all remember in the fucking in the DCFS video? You guys remember when I first told you guys that the investigation was closed and it, came out unfounded and all that shit? And I came on here and I called all y'all hoes for old time's sake. Not y'all, but just the general audience, because even the haters, I was like, yeah, hoes. I literally said, I was like, I miss coming on here and calling all y'all hoes. Y'all remember? I was like, yeah, you hoes. It was either fuck them hoes her ass. No, I always liked it here. Didn't know if I was going to gain weight on the food talk. I always liked it here. Didn't know if I was going to gain weight on the food talk or the color of the day. Oh, girl, like how Robin, like from the big back stream, you was like, oh, bitch, I think I gained at least 5 pounds from this live stream. or the suck dick. Oh, my God. Dude, I did used to tell everyone. I did used to tell everybody to suck dick. Remember when I told Shane's aunt just to suck dick? No! Oh my God. I remember hearing bitches be bothered, girl. It was me. It was me. At that time, I was definitely the bothered bitch. I was definitely the bothered bitch. It was me. It was projection. Oh my God, I did. No, I can't be saying all that stuff. It's bad enough we be talking about John Cena and shit. I can't say all that stuff, especially now that I'm a mama. I can't do that. He is all about being baby boy's one and only to look like a poor single dad. I can appreciate that you are trying to support baby having a relationship with both of you. I've always been, and thank you, girl. What's your name, Samantha? Thank you, Samantha, girl. Like, you know, you live and you learn in life, right? You live and you learn, okay? I never wanted to block my ex out of the child's life or anything of that nature, right? Like, I never wanted to do that. But see, this is the weird thing. He's made it obvious that that's what he wants for me, right? And it's not a good look, especially in the courts. And this is exactly what he was called out on, right? And like, the thing is, it's sad that he wants to use the child for sympathy or something, but like, nobody gives a fuck about a single parent. Not like that. Not saying that single parents aren't valid, but like, no one's going to give you sympathy or pity for doing your job. That's the weird thing. Like how, yeah, like, I am rebuilding from literally nothing, but I'm proud of myself for that. I don't need the outer validation as a single mama because I give it to myself. That looks so dumb. I mean, yes, single parents, single moms, single dads. Yes, all of us are amazing. But like, to like parade the baby around in that nature is not cool. And how you even a real single dad when you got a whole other woman raising the child? You got a 70-year-old woman up in there raising puppy and chasing after a toddler. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are pathetic, sir. Samantha might be behind because we moved on. Oh, well, leave her alone. Let her catch up. She's being supportive, and I do see her comments sometimes. Samantha is cool. I think she's also like younger or whatever. I would find it hard to be nice or support their relationship. You are really putting baby's best interest, and I want you to know that it's so important and I respect you. Oh, love. Thank you, baby. I am, because I'm watching from the beginning. Sorry, guys. No, you're okay, baby. It's okay, girl. I'm just being shady on purpose. Yes, Austin, be good, Austin. Man, I swear, between Austin and Matt Siri, y'all don't let nothing get past y'all, bruh. Bro, between Austin and Matt Siri, y'all ain't playing, bruh. I am low frequency, BZ. Yo, OBCD must be flaring up. Time to go get some Taco Bell to calm down, girl. You be grumpy when you haven't eaten. What's that? What they say? Hungry, grab a Snickers. I'm low frequency beezing. Y'all are hilarious. But yeah, y'all, like, shit, man. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, my ex is just dumb. Like, all I gotta do is just take my ass up there. Look, he lied. Like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. You know, I wouldn't even wish this shit on him. You're like, I am eating right now. I made homemade. You made homemade chicken noodle soup. Oh, okay. I see you made some homemade chicken noodle soup, girl. But yeah, I love you guys. But yeah, no, dude, this has been amazing. And honestly, like, seriously, and I can't thank y'all enough. Like, literally, like, you guys, like, my community, y'all have shown the fuck up in ways that I wasn't even expecting, bro. Like, y'all have shown the fuck up and out, bro. And I love you guys. I love you guys so much. I really, really do. I really, really do. And like, especially like, this just teaches like the Massachusetts version of me so many lessons. And I'm just so glad that I ascended my mindset in a way to finally see this side, like see this other side, like, you know what I mean? Because I was so jaded, really, like mentally, like all that shit jaded me, right? And it made me become like a bitter, angry, like sad person, like, you know what I mean? And even moving home, it was such an adjustment, you know what I mean? But even after I moved home, I still pulled back from the platform because I just was like so tired of it, right? And, you know, the fact that even despite all of that and despite everything, and even after I had apologized to you guys and everything, and we've really worked it out from here, you guys have supported me through one of the bigger, more important journeys in my life, and it's a part of my motherhood. Like, you know what I mean? And do trust that y'all are helping in more ways than one. People see. There's eyes on this channel. There always has been. There are eyes, okay? And people are watching, okay? But also, too, as I speak the truth and as I stay consistent, so does everything else. Like, you guys are, like, you know what I mean? I don't have a community for no reason. I don't have all the support for no reason. You know, and this just teaches that old version. Like, I just really wish I could give Massachusetts Callie a big old hug and kiss and tell her to release all that hurt from Shane and his bullshit and all that stuff. And it's crazy because even now, going through all this stuff with my ex Eric, like, you guys see how I have come to have an appreciation for Shane because of the lessons that I've learned. And that's why even with Eric's dumb, stupid behavior, you know, all it does is just like, oh, really? Like, you know what I mean? But like, I still have learned so much from him. Like, I mean, now I have a man who loves me. You know what I mean? Everything will come full circle. Just give it time. Yeah. I just can't believe he spiraled like this again towards the end of the case. It just shows that he's never going to stop losing his mind. You know what I mean? And that's not good. That's not good. You know, puppy just wants his mama. And I just want puppy. And I just want to eat him in peace. And one day, I will eat him in peace. You know what I mean? To think in another timeline, Callie is telling someone to suck dick. Oh, bitch. and blocking like 10 hoes. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's the different versions of us exist in every timeline. With the quantum physics. I see you, Matsuri. You've been on your mindset shit. You forever talking about eating puppy. He's so cute. I just want to kiss him and eat him all the time. He's adorable. I'm always kissing and nibbling on my baby. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I can't even sing him to sleep without going. That's my little baby. That's my little puppy. Little puppy with butts. It's a shame his father is who he is and how he is. I don't know how this is going to affect Eric's case. The Guardian literally just told this man about this shit. I don't know what he thinks. I don't know, but I'm going to chill. I'm going to let you guys be. Thank y'all for hanging out. And, I had to update y'all. I can't believe he did this dumb shit. All I got to do is just going up to the pediatricians like, hey, girl, hey. And they already have seen his behavior. He can't redeem himself. But even with us having the shared rights in custody, at this point, I'm just excited to just honestly just move all the way forward. Like I want to do school, continue, modifying and working on the house like how I have been, and, just continue moving forward. Like, you know what I mean? And, when I move, I probably will set the baby. I mean, just honestly, for convenience sake, I probably will set the baby up with like a whole new doctor and everything just to make it easier. Like he can just have that shit over there and I can have my shit over here or whatever. It doesn't really matter. The baby's always well taken care of no matter where he is. And that's the whole point. Like, you know what I mean? But my ex doesn't see it. He still sees it as like a me versus him thing. This is not a me versus him thing, you idiot. This is about the baby. He's so dumb. Like he's very, what they call that, short-sighted. He's very short-sighted. Dumb. But I'm going to continue enjoying my evening. I'm going to keep working on my wallpaper and everything. Yeah. So, yeah. I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. I'll probably check in like tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, y'all take care and thank y'all for y'all's love and support always. Mwah. And one day we will close this Eric chapter fully, even if it still takes time. I really am probably going to be off and married and pregnant by that time, but that's okay. I don't really give a fuck. I don't really care. I love you guys. Bye.